Welcome to today's video. The void we can't escape. A journey from God is dead to true fulfillment by German philosopher Friedrich Nietzsche. In today's world, chaos surrounds us. The pressures of life, the weight of responsibilities, and the constant pull of distractions make it feel like we are constantly running, chasing something. But what exactly are we chasing? In our search for meaning, we find ourselves drowning in anxiety, stress, and uncertainty. We search for answers, often turning to external sources, trying to fill the void within our hearts. But deep inside, we know something is missing. We try to create our own goals, money, success, power, or social media fame, but these idols only leave us feeling emptier. The more we chase them, the more the void within us grows. And despite our best efforts to ignore it, there remains a constant ache in our hearts. An ache that grows louder the more we try to fill it with the wrong things. To understand why this ache exists, we must first look at one of the most provocative philosophical ideas ever introduced: the declaration that God is dead. This radical statement comes from the German philosopher Friedrich Nietzsche, who declared, "God is dead. God remains dead, and we have killed him." These words were not meant to be taken literally, but symbolically as a profound reflection on the state of humanity. By saying God is dead, Nietzsche was trying to point to a world where the traditional belief in a divine creator, the God who gave meaning to life, morality, and purpose, was no longer central to the people's lives. The religious framework that had once guided entire societies was crumbling, and humanity was left in the aftermath of that loss. In his book, The Gay Science, Nietzsche writes, "The madman jumped into their midst and pierced them with his lantern and cried out, 'I seek God, I seek God. Where is God gone? I will tell you, we have killed him. You and I have killed God.'" What Nietzsche was suggesting was a societal shift. People had lost their faith in the transcendent. No longer could they rely on an external deity to define right and wrong, or to provide an ultimate purpose for their lives. The world was becoming increasingly secular, leaving humanity in the throes of an existential crisis, wondering where to turn next. This shift left a void, a vacuum that many were eager to fill. As traditional religious values began to decline, humanity found itself facing the harsh reality of an increasingly secular world, where moral standards, meaning, and purpose were no longer provided by an all-powerful God. In the aftermath of this collapse, Nietzsche's madman asks, "What were we doing when we unchained this earth from its sun?" The earth, the metaphor for human existence, was no longer orbiting around a divine source of meaning. Without a center, humanity was left to wander aimlessly, searching for something to hold on to. We began looking for answers. We turned to science, to philosophy, to psychology, to the material world, and even to technology. But despite all our efforts to fill the void, the more we sought answers from these sources, the more we realized something was missing. Something intangible, something that couldn't be fully explained by logic or reason, something that remained just out of our reach. Nietzsche's assertion was not just a warning, it was a call to acknowledge that humanity, in trying to replace God, was creating a self-made illusion of control, but with no real foundation to stand on. The emptiness remained. "We have destroyed the divine center," Nietzsche says, "and now we must find a new way to understand the world." But how? We try to replace God with our creations, but the void left by His absence can't be filled by mere human constructs. The search for meaning has become an endless journey as we keep seeking fulfillment in all the wrong places. In a world where the old answers no longer surface, we have tried to create our own goals. We've looked for meaning in possessions, in achievements, in self-empowerment, and in personal experiences. The modern world is filled with individuals trying to create new forms of worship and devotion, whether it's in the pursuit of success, the rise of self-help gurus, or the worship of material wealth. We've become obsessed with the idea that we can create meaning and purpose ourselves. But much like Nietzsche's madman who declares that God is dead, our creations only seem to lead us into deeper emptiness. The more we build these new idols, the more we realize that they are hollow. They promise fulfillment but deliver only fleeting satisfaction. We find ourselves feeling more disconnected, more anxious, and more uncertain of who we are and what we are truly meant to be. Despite all our effort to create meaning in our own way, there is a void within us that cannot be filled by anything we make. This void is a result of the absence of the true creator, the one who has shaped the universe and the laws of the life itself. The void is not something we can escape through our own efforts. No matter how much we try, it continues to haunt us. It whispers that there is more to life than what we can see, touch, or possess. It beckons us towards something greater, something that lies beyond the temporal fixes we've tried to impose upon ourselves. This void is not a curse. It is a sign of something deeper. It is the mark of a desire for meaning that cannot be satisfied by earthly means. And in that void, we come face to face with the realization we were not meant to fill this space with the creation of our own hands. There is something or someone greater who can truly fill this emptiness. As much as we may try to deny it, the truth remains. There is a God who has created the heavens and the earth, a creator who knows us better than we know ourselves. When we turn to Him, when we acknowledge His presence and His sovereignty, we find the fulfillment we've been searching for. Just as a manufacturer places a trademark on every item they produce, the Creator has placed His signature on every human being. We are His creation, and there is a divine mark on each of us, a mark that only He can fill. The emptiness we feel is not a random void, it's a space designed specifically for the presence of the Creator, who alone can fill it completely. Let's consider the story of Andrew Cleveland, a well-known author and former atheist who once believed that faith was a crutch for the weak. He spent years as a secular humanist searching for meaning in the rational and materialistic worldview. But despite his success as an author and screenwriter, Andrew was deeply unsettled. He was constantly plagued by an underlying emptiness, a nagging feeling that something was missing in his life. Like many of us, he tried to find answers in his career, in intellectual pursuit, and in the pursuit of personal success. But no matter how much he achieved, he couldn't escape the void within him. Eventually, this emptiness drove Andrew to realization and re-examination of his belief. He started reading religious texts, contemplating faith, and questioning the meaning of life beyond what he could explain through logic and reason. Through this process, he realized something profound. All the achievements and intellectual pursuits in the world couldn't fill the space in his heart that was designed specifically for the Creator. In time, Andrew's heart opened, and he returned to the faith he had rejected years earlier. He found peace not in intellectual mastery but in surrendering to the God's love. In finding God, he found a fulfillment that had eluded him for so long. Andrew's journey from atheism to faith is a powerful reminder of the deep void we all face. No matter how much we strive for success or purpose, the Creator's signature is on each of us, and only He can fill that void completely. The story of Andrew Cleveland is not unique. Many of us search for meaning in all the wrong places, but just as a product cannot fulfill its purpose without the maker's mark, we cannot find true fulfillment until we acknowledge the Creator's signature in our lives. It is only when we open ourselves to Him and allow His love to fill that void that we can experience the true peace and meaning we long for. The void is real, but so is the Creator who is ready to fill it. Will you let Him in? I'd love to know your thoughts on this topic. Drop a comment below and let's discuss. And if this video inspires you, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe for more life and leadership tips. Thank you for watching, and remember, your life on earth is a journey. It will definitely come to an end. Watch out for your next video.